it's Rachel here. And if you're loving the Keto Vegan podcast, don't forget to follow or subscribe so you don't miss a thing. New episodes, real talk, and all the keto vegan hacks you'll need right here every week. A couple of weeks ago, I was at a dinner party at my friend's cookies. This is where I used to live when I was between homes. And he did fabulous keto vegan food for me and another vegan, but there were other guests there as well. And I was having a conversation with some of them, one of them talking about soy, and I just said a statistic or a percentage of what the soy is used for, and he corrected me. And I thought, actually, I really need to do some more research around soy because lots of people blame vegans for the amount of soy that is used and all the deforestation. So I've done lots of research. In the show notes underneath this episode, there's loads of references and websites where I got the information from. So by all means, check it, fact check it. I have fact checked, but I haven't done everything. So soy. People think it's the vegan protein, right? Well, not exactly. In this episode, we're going to explore it and see how much soy vegans do use, how much soy is consumed by humans compared to animals. Okay, soy production and land use. How much is used, how much of land on the world is used for soy production? Soybeans are cultivated on a massive scale, with the United States, Brazil, and Argentina collectively producing about 80% of the world's soy. Now, this takes approximately 113 million hectares globally. Now, how big is that? It's an area comparable to the combined size of the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. That is massive. That is how much of our planet is getting used for soy. So, this soy, who is consuming it? Animal feed versus human consumption. Let's dig into that. A significant amount of soy produced is used for animal agriculture. And I knew that. Animal feed is approximately 77% of global soy produced, primarily for poultry, pigs, cattle, and even farmed fish. Human consumption is only about 7% of soy. So 7% of soy is directly consumed by humans in forms like tofu. We know how much I love that. Soy milk, edamame, and tempeh. 7% of soy is used for human consumption in those products. That is a massive contrast, 77% to 7%. And it highlights that the majority of soy supports meat and dairy industries rather than plant-based industries. Hooray! I think I even said 10%, and he disagreed with me, this person. If you're listening to the podcast, I did my research. 7% of soy is for human consumption. And so we could blame the vegans, but it's not just in tofu and tempeh. It's it and soy milk. It's in lots of other things as well. Beyond the obvious soy-based products that I've just mentioned, soy lecithin, I think that's how you pronounce it. It is lecithin, isn't it? You know how good I am with pronouncing lots of different words. That is found, so let's go back. Soy lecithin is found in loads of other foods and it's used as an emulsifier. So it is found in lots of common chocolate, baked goods, dressings. Soy flour and protein are also ingredients in various breads and cereals, meat substitutes as well. So soy's presence in human food extends well beyond the vegetarian or vegan diets. Soy lecithin is this emulsifier in the food industry, which is excellent for blending ingredients together that wouldn't normally mix very well, such as oil and water. Oil and water, we know they do not mix. And so in the UK, you're going to find soy lecithin in lots of chocolate. Mars bars, for example, Kit Kats, Maltesers, Cadbury's dairy milk, Nestle chocolates like Kit Kats, Snickers, Twix. I've already said Maltesers. Lindt chocolates use soy lecithin. Toblerones use soy lecithin in its classic recipe. If you want to avoid soy completely, then there are brands that do not use it, such as Green and Black's organic dark chocolate, and some of the varieties don't use soy lecithin. Um, Montezuma's 100% cocoa chocolate, no soy lecithin in there, and in certain varieties of Montezuma's chocolates. And Divine chocolate don't use soy lecithin, and Divine Chocolate is also very well known for its ethical sourcing of its products. There are other brands that also don't use soy lecithin specifically in their products. Baked goods, items like breads and cakes and biscuits often contain soy lecithin to help improve the dough consistency and extend the shelf life of these foods. Salad dressings and sauces also help these things combine and mix together, preventing separation. I don't know if you use Mary Berry's salad dressing. Don't think she uses soy lecithin because you have to give it a really good shake every time you use it. If you're keto, you probably don't use it anyway. Other processed foods like burgers and sausages, these aren't vegan burgers and sausages, may also contain soy lecithin to help the mixture combine and to enhance the nutritional profiles of it. It might be used as a filler. That's where we find soy products, loads and loads of different foods, but mainly for agriculture, for feeding animals that humans are then going to eat. What about the environmental impact and the deforestation because of this massive use of soy for agriculture? That was information about who eats it, where you can find it, mostly, as we know, in animal agriculture. But what about this impact on our environment? There are vast tracts of forests, particularly in Brazil's Amazon regions, have been cleared for soy farming. Between 2001 and 2015, soy production was responsible for 8.2 million hectares of global forest loss. Statistics for that underneath. There's biodiversity loss as well. Now, converting diverse ecosystems into monoculture soy production and soy plantations, it threatens countless plant and animal species and the carbon emissions too. Deforestation for soy releases significant amounts of carbon dioxide, accelerating climate change. There have been people murdered because they've been trying to protect the rainforest. When I was a teacher, we did in religious studies, we taught about Chico Mendes and his fighting for the environment. He was murdered in 1988. He was not the only one that has been murdered because being an environmentalist. Jose Claudio Ribeiro da Silva and Mario de Espirito Santo da Silva. They were a couple that dedicated their lives to protecting the Amazon rainforest from illegal logging and deforestation. And in May 2011, they were ambushed and killed near their home in Para, Brazil. And Jose Claudio had previously expressed fears for his life due to his activism. They are not the only ones that have lost their lives for fighting for the rainforest. Is there anything that we can do? I hear again and again, but I'm just one person. What's the point? What's the point of me becoming a vegan is not going to change the world? Look how many vegans there are. Look at the impact that we are having. Just one person becoming vegan makes a change. And just imagine if we can share and more people recognize the impact that we can have on our planet just by not eating meat. The soy production would have to be reduced. Maybe they will plant more trees. Now, we can do things to help this move forward. There are economic drivers. So, for example, in the European Union, it's implemented regulations to prevent imports linked to deforestation, affecting soy trade dynamics. Isn't that excellent? Why aren't we part of the European Union anymore, for crying out loud? It's another political issue that I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about Brexit because that's got nothing to do with keto vegan, or has it? Let me see if I can find a way to link it. There are also sustainable alternatives. Now, there's something called the soy moratorium in Brazil, which aims to prevent soy-related deforestation in the Amazon. We also have things like pea protein planted. Is it planted that uses pea protein? I think it is. And also oomph uses pea protein, which is excellent. I love the texture of that as well. Pea protein has a much lower environmental footprint. Excellent. Companies like Danone have shifted their sourcing to avoid soy linked to deforestation. This is a great reflection of how consumer pressure and policy changes can lead to a much more sustainable supply chain. So we can do things. We can have an impact. I'm not saying don't use soy. Use your tofu and the tempeh and the soy milks and everything. And don't forget, we're only 7% of the use of soy. 77% is the animal feed for agriculture. And the rest has got to be the soy lecithin in products like Cadbury's and Mars and stuff like that. If you want to find out more, there's lots of links in the show notes underneath. And don't forget, if you want to find out more about living keto vegan life and various things, don't forget to hit subscribe or follow. I'll see you next time.